y'all to understand that, right? This is about taking accountability over our culture. I want you to look into that word culture. It comes from cult, C-U-L-T. And culture is related to cultivate. What are we cultivating in our own lives, in our own mind, when we listen to this music, when we support anybody coming in and trending what they're trending in the hip-hop culture? Because we're not going to say that sex, money, murder is what the hip-hop culture consists of. No, hip-hop culture consists of displaying our life and using it as an educational platform to motivate, to assemble, and to mobilize our people. That's what hip-hop was. We had this great rhythm. We would use this great rhythm to tell a story and to declare God's glory and our purpose in this world. That's the origin of hip-hop. All right? And it wasn't just about the tunes we find. It was about the dance that we fine tune to the tunes, to the rhythms of the beat. We move our hips. We move our feet. We hop and hip through the frequencies. We became on harmony. We agreed, right? So what are we agreeing upon today? Are we agreeing upon that it's okay for Cain and Abel? Tribalism? Black on black crimes? Perpetuate genocide? Is that what we in agreement with? Is that what our covenant stand for? That's what kings do? That's what gods do? That's what we stand for? Are we coming in agreement with perpetuating genocide? That we listen to music talk about it's cool for girls to take Plan Bs? Are we listening to artists that are literally directing their music to 6-year-olds, 8-year-old girls? Huh? What's going on? What are we cultivating within the side of our own mind and in our community? What is the cult behind this culture? Because when we hear the word cult, we think about negativity. Because typically all the cults that we know are evil. What cult are we dealing with? What is the cult behind the culture? What are we cultivating in our community? Something that separates us from being a community. How are we living in a neighborhood you don't really know nobody? How is it that you live inside of an apartment building for 5 years and you don't know at least 5 of your neighbors? Make that make sense? How is it that we can walk down the street, see somebody being abused, and we don't step in? That ain't none of my business. It ain't none of your business. But you ready to smack somebody's head, you ready to smush somebody over something less. Over looking at you a certain way, over, oh, he don't look like this. You concerned about another black brother walking down the street, but let him be abusing this girl. You ain't got no problem to say nothing about that unless she from your neighborhood. What is this? What we cultivating? How is it that we put these rest in peace T-shirts, Black Lives Matter, then we turn around and listen to music talk about killing black people? So don't let nobody tell you that we get distracted by talking about P.Diddy, because it's not a distraction. If this nigga was the head Margu of pushing pedophilia, that is important, because there's a whole ring and link of individuals that fall after this, and it needs to be exposed. How many hoe ass niggas is behind this, and what we are really pushing? What we really pushing? What's really going on? Because what you're going to start to understand, you're going to start to discover where all these girls are missing to. I try to tell people like this, and they may try to do this with the same video, but it's alright. You think all these girls are getting kidnapped? You think that niggas are pulling up in red trucks and just tying our girls up and they just disappear? Listen, in DC, you can run from one side of DC, especially somebody athletic like me. One side of DC to the other side. I can run from Anacostia Station to North Capitol in 35 minutes. That's how small DC is. I can run from Anacostia up to Howard University, Shaw Station, or even Petworth within an hour. That's how small it is. Let alone if I was driving. I'll be from one side of DC to the other side of DC within 20 minutes if there's no traffic. You trying to tell me with this congested
population, meaning it's so bunched up that we look like rats packed in. How is it that 200-something girls are missing on the average every year? You think niggas is really coming and kidnapping these girls? Look at the age range, my guy. We ain't talking about 8-year-old girls missing on the average. Maybe 1 or 2 or 3. We talking about 15. We talking about 16. You know what's happening? They meeting up and dealing with individuals online. They got these people that they following. They dealing with these Middle Eastern people. They dealing with these Africans that's taking them overseas. These girls already got their passports, they big brothers, they big homies. A lot of people don't even know the secret life that they live in. Well, and all of a sudden they disappear. Because they think it's a better life. They think they're escaping something worse. And they're going into something better. Because that's what is getting pushed in the culture. Go get you a bag. Go get you a bag is getting pushed. You're independent. Think for yourself. You're smarter than a man. You don't need a man. So you don't never question your decisions because it's left up to you. You your own God at this point. And you don't know. You don't know. And am I saying they're not in harm's way? No, I ain't saying they're not in harm's way. But they wasn't kidnapped. A lot of them are voluntarily putting themselves in something that they're not even aware of that they're getting involved in. I see it. I watched it. I watched this at UDC when they had all these young high school girls. They looking for somebody to connect them with somebody else. They start off with dealing with older dudes in the city. Then they graduate to dealing with older dudes overseas. They keep their mouth silent too. So how many of Diddy victims, listen, this is what's going on a lower scale. These dudes on the upper scale. Now quantify it. Quantify when you're in a community around millionaires and billionaires who got the resources to help keep what they're doing silent. When they got a whole community of people orchestrating involved, and we could have stopped that if we just see the signs and we just come together. You don't see what's going on? We got women walking down the street every single day with all of her children. And niggas on a corner with his 5 guys. A whole bunch of niggas watching her walk down the street by herself with all these children. Don't tell me the situation going on with Diddy's not relevant. It's real relevant. It's real righteous and it's real relevant for you to pay attention and to pray about it. And to expose and understand so that people can become aware of the culture that you're perpetuating, the spirit behind the people. Because that's a soul tie. The music that you listen to, the artists that you listen to all the time, you're entangled with their soul. What you put into your ear gate, you're impregnating your ear gate, you're entwining yourself with a spirit behind their soul. And if these niggas are pedophiles, then you're connecting yourself with a pedophile network. And guess what? Now you got all these 6-year-old, 8-year-old girls twerking. What are we doing with our time? How is it okay for your baby mother to have your daughter on social media twerking? How is it okay that she wearing lip gloss at 6 and 8 years old? How is it okay that she got a brand new iPhone? She got fronts. She got extensions. She got her edges done. She's 6 and 8 years old. I even see younger than that. And she got a skirt. And she got her hand on her hip. And her head tilted sideways. With her lip pursed. You not marketing the girl? Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Let's deal with the mental disorder. Let's deal with the trauma. I'm gonna have to make part 2 to this. Because, I'm trying to get all this stuff on TikTok. So, bear with me.